You go to the head-on collision that, I ran with my wife. We both worked as paramedics on this call. We go to this head-on collision. This guy's life is essentially over. Drop him off at OU Medical Center. And then you come back and we answer this call for a fender bender in a Homeland parking lot.
Hmm.
And you're like, and everybody's like blowing it out of proportion. And then you're like, seriously, like I said, pardon my French, the fuck is wrong with you at this point? We just ran this, but you don't know we ran this,
Right.
right? And
Mhm.
you're not expected to know we ran this. So I think that's where I started noticing things started bothering me is not knowing what happens after you drop patients off. And then after your first couple of pediatric calls, those are the ones that really started to grind. And it was just, you see your kids in every child. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
the age difference because
Mhm.
even if your kids, my daughter is 22, she's got a grandbabies, but you could run a 5-year-old and I'll see her as 5 years old.
Right.
Mm.
Right. And you start seeing those kids. And so I think that's where it started affecting me, where I was realizing that I was figuring out my job 24 hours, 10 days a month. And now I was actually starting to pay attention to what I was doing and what was happening afterwards. I was getting this giant unknown. And it was weird because, like my wife is also a paramedic. So I had a good support system come home to, and we could discuss calls. But, she brought it up to me once and she was like, even now in the position I'm in, it's like you can tell when you have a bad day sometimes at work because when you come home, your attitude is completely different.